Well, hello, friends. Something I love to do, and maybe this is Alaskan of me, but something I really love to do is take something that other people don't see value in, take something that other people call trash, and make it valuable, or find the value in it. And so I like to fish pike. I like to eat pink salmon, which is a horrent abomination to a lot of Alaskans, but they're good fresh. And so today's experiment is kind of in that vein. Can I make something that other people would see as trash, as really cheap, throwaway stuff, into something that I like, that other people would like? And so thanks for being a part of the channel. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting. Have you ever done anything like this? Go ahead and comment. Have you ever done anything like this? Taken something that was trash to other people and made it valuable. Maybe you flipped something. That's something I always like to do, was buying something cheap that other people thought was garbage and flipping it for a profit. But yeah, let's make some jerky. Let's do it. Hey, I am trying an experiment. Thought I'd film it. Maybe I'll cut it into a video later. I don't know. I'm doing an experiment with a bunch of stuff I bought from Three Bears, which is an Alaskan, like mini Costco, I guess. They sell bulk goods. They sell really cheap meat, and that's what I bought. I bought for like $2 a pound. Let's check this out. For $2.29. I bought for $2.29 a pound of beef cuttings, and it has a bunch of fat and some like random meat bits. And I was also just given a jerky like dehydrator, a jerky maker. So I've been wanting to make jerky, just hadn't gotten around to it. So what I'm doing is I'm separating out the parts, and my idea is that I'll make some beef suet or lard, render the fat down, and then also that'll produce cracklins. Maybe we'll see. I don't know if beef does cracklins. And then also take the meat bits that are out of there and go ahead and make those into jerky. So here's what I've got so far. We've got a whimpering baby, and we've got beef bits, and here's like what I'm cutting. So I'm just separating the fat away from the beef. This is the pack I bought. Here's the price tag. 3 Bears, you are awesome. And then here's like the mostly fat bits. And then, whatever's not fat we'll be able to pull out. This is kind of neat. It doesn't say. Oh, it doesn't say. Anyhow, this is supposed to be the sharpest knife in the world. It doesn't look like much, but it is. It's wicked sharp. And it's good at cutting frozen things, and this is still like half frozen. And thank you to the Abbotts for giving me this for Christmas, I think, a couple years ago. So we're done. We've got a heap of fat and bits. Got some connective tissue that I really knew wasn't going to work in either application, jerky or tallow making. And here we are. This is the meat. And it comes out, I translated this from grams into ounces on my phone. It says it comes out to 24.5 ounces. So we'll do some quick math and figure out. Oh, also, I'm using this funky thing for a scale. Never used it before. I'm a fan. Got it, Fred Meyer. It's kind of slick. Check this out. So it just folds up like this. I'm not exactly sure how to turn it off. I hit this button and it just zeroes it out. So maybe if you just leave it alone, it turns off. I don't know. So this translates to 2.6 pounds of fat and such of the 4.14 pounds of product we had here, and product placement, by the not product, church placement, by the way, eagleriver.church, checks out. And yeah, so 24.5 ounces, so a little more than that in fat. I'm not so ignorant as to think that this is all going to render down to fat. We'll make some cracklins. Some of it's going to be garbage. I'll let you know how it goes. We got it all separated. It's on the heat right now, or the fat is on the heat. I'm going to break out the, well, first I'm going to make a marinade. I'm going to make a marinade, and I'm going to make it from these folks right here. Shout out to them. I like their YouTube channel. And I saw their book at Costco and I picked it up. And so here's the recipe, and that's what I'm going to get after and make to marinate the meat bit. And the fat bit is already starting to make some noises. Something I like about this book is they give you some practical tips. Like, I already know about marinating meat in bags, but putting it in a bowl so it doesn't leak. Because anybody who's ever done that for any amount of time knows that you could definitely get a leak. And here is how these are going. It smells like beef. We got some fat on the bottom, but you know what? I don't think I'm going to get like a whole lot of lard out of this. But we'll see. Good experiment. Okay, so these have been in for about an hour, and they're starting to look like cracklins. How cool! I was kind of worried that these were not going to turn out. The finished product, I used what's actually a sink strainer, but I've used that for tea for a long time, to pour off this oil after I used a fish spatula to scoop all these out. And then the next step for making cracklins is you just throw these into a hot pan whenever you want to use them. So you could freeze these, you could refrigerate these. When you want to make them, you just throw them in there with some smoked paprika, garlic, salt, and brown them up a little bit, and they're ready to go. And here's what we got going on. You can see the little bit of salt and stuff. Yeah, it's a winner. You know, a lot of these pieces are really small. You might notice the difference between what was in the pot and what I'm eating now. Fat got rendered out of them, and so it's just the the rest that's left. But these are really good. So half of a success so far. Rest of the scraps, I got the rest of it loaded in the jerky maker. And what I'm noticing is I'm getting it dry. And for a jerky maker, for a dehydrator, you need to start with as dry as you can get. So I've got, I took a paper towel and patted it all down. There's a lot more material that's not meat on this stuff. And this is worse than the other, which, here's the dehydrator. But still, a lot more material on there that's not meat than I remembered. And all the recipes I've ever read, and I've read a lot of like old-timer recipes and stuff for jerky and preserved meats, say to get, as much lean meat as you can. So, yeah, it's an experiment. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so it's operating. I've got a lot more racks to put on, or like available if I had more meat. But 145 degrees for, I meant to do 6 hours. I did almost 7 hours. It's going to run. I can smell the heater element starting to kick on. That's not a bad thing. It's pretty quiet. So 3 hours in, halfway through our time, definitely drier, but still like moist on the inside. You can feel it squish. There really is some heat here, which I'm really surprised by. And seems to be doing great. So I'm going to put the lid back on. Just wanted to check it now that we're back at the house. And yeah, go team. Right, finished product, and it's good. It's got a little bit of flex to it. It's drier than most, like store-bought, but I'm not sure that's bad. And yeah, I'm pumped about it. Looks like we're gonna get 3 little sandwich baggies out of this, and my wife says it's good. All right, let's see how much. What's that, honey? Let's see how much we got. Zero that out, and we'll just put all this in, our 4 bags, yeah. So, 330 grams. How many ounces of 330 grams? I realized that I didn't show you guys the beautiful lard, how it turned out. So you got some, bits that settled to the bottom, but there it is. It's a grease, it moves like that, and you throw it in the pan to grease the pan. Got a good amount of it. I'm happy. Lastly, a results video. Here's what we're working with. It's pretty great. So it's low-grade meat. It's going to be a little chewier, but I don't mind that in jerky. I like it to stick around. I'm not here to eat a steak. I'm here to gnaw on something and enjoy it. The flavor is incredible. That recipe was excellent. It's a little spicy, a little sweet. We're really happy with this. So I don't know if you heard my daughter saying banana. This is real life. So 334 grams comes out to a little over 11 ounces. All right. So we're winning. We paid less than that for the whole thing. And we also got the tallow, or the lard. We got cracklins. We got jerky. Hey, I think this is pretty successful. Even my wife likes the jerky. Bye. It's the Seagraves Soccer League over here. Lots of obstacles. Somebody's taking a break.